Thank you.
Okay, good morning. So we're going to open this public hearing. This is for New York USLE Sterling Station Road LLC. Today's date is October 16th, 2025, 11 a.m. We are in the town of Sterling at their town hall, 1290 State Route 104A, Sterling, New York, 13156. Getting right into it. Purpose for today. Pursuant to, in accordance with General Municipal Law, Section 859A, the Cayuga County IDA is conducting this public hearing in connection with a certain proposed project as more fully described below, to be undertaken by the agency for the benefit of New York USLE Sterling Station Road, LLC. The agency published a notice of public hearing in the Citizen and mailed a copy of the notice of public hearing to each affected tax jurisdiction. An affidavit of publication and proof of mailing are attached. Now on to a description of the project. New York USLE Sterling Station Road LLC, for itself and for an entity of entities to be formed, has submitted an application to the agency requesting the agency's assistance with a certain project consisting of: one, the acquisition by the agency of a leasehold interest in all or portions of the 33.4 acre parcel real property located at 935 Sterling Station Road in the town of Sterling, New York, 13143. Two, the planning, design, construction, and operation of a 2 megawatt PV solar electrical generation system, including panel foundations, inverters, transformers, interconnect wiring, on and off-site utility connections, site work, landscaping, fencing, security, and related improvements. Three, the acquisition of and installation in and around the land and improvements by the company of machinery, equipment, fixtures, and other items of tangible personal property. And four, entering into a straight lease transaction pursuant to which the agency will retain a leasehold interest in the facility for a period of time and sublease such interest in the facility back to the company. It is contemplated that the agency will acquire and or retain a leasehold interest in the facility as applicable and lease the facility back to the company. The company will own and operate the facility during the term of the leases. The agency contemplates it will provide financial assistance to the company in the form of a sales and use tax exemption for purchases and rentals related to the project, B, mortgage recording tax exemptions in connection with financings in furtherance of the project, and C, a partial real property tax abatement structured through a pilot. The foregoing financial assistance and the agency's involvement in the project are being considered to promote the economic welfare and prosperity of residents of the county of Cayuga. Agency cost benefit analysis. Based upon information provided by the company in its application, the project will involve an approximately $4.7 million capital investment by the company, along with the payments of new revenues for the benefit of the affected taxing jurisdictions. The agency estimates the following amounts of financial assistance to be provided to the company: real property tax abatement, $234,231. Sales and use tax exemptions, $244,472, for a total of $478,703. At this time, we would like to open up for any comments from the public.
Was the company represented?
Yes, we have 3 representatives from the company, 1 on site, 2 online, and their attorney as well. Those online, it doesn't appear we have anybody from the public here at the moment, so we're going to leave the hearing open for a few more minutes. For anybody that may be looking to tune in to this here, we will also be accepting written public comments to the agency.
Until when, Michael?
Up until 4 p.m. today.
If nobody's, I'll just ask them some questions. What are you going to do with the output of this solar project as far as dispersing the electricity?
This project will be participating in the New York State Community Solar Program. So anybody in the RGE territory would be eligible to participate as a subscriber to the power output.
Do you have at this time an amount of money per unit that is going to cost you to produce electricity?
Can you please clarify the question?
Do you know how much it's going to cost you to produce electricity at this solar facility?
As far as the total cost for the projects, those were stated at the beginning of the introduction of the project. Is that what you're referring to?
So the cost of the project we've stated, but are you asking what their ongoing cost is to produce?
I'm trying to find out from you how much it's going to cost you per unit. Kilowatt, whatever size unit, how much is it going to cost you to produce electricity?
I don't have that readily available. We can follow up.
You're from the company, right? You don't know how much it's going to cost to produce electricity.
So I guess in a sense of a preliminary kind of metric I could think of is that total of around $4.7 million investment to the project. That divided by the total wattage of the project could give a number you might be looking for, and that would just, at the top of my head, be around $1.3 per watt. But that isn't necessarily per energy produced. So like Mike said, we'd have to calculate that.
So you don't know.
No, but
Well, I guess you're asking per kilowatt hour if you're talking about the unit, and that fluctuates over time. So it's a little bit difficult to answer with an exact quantity. I mean, what is the cost today? It might not be the cost tomorrow or within 10 years' time. I mean, roughly it'll be the equivalent or less than what the current utility rate is, and the discount to the customer is generally 10% less than what the utility is. Is that what I just want to make sure I understand the question right. Are you looking to understand the cost per generation per kilowatt hour?
Yes.
Yes. I mean, the easiest thing for me to say would be the equivalent or less than what the utility is. That's going to be our cost to the customer as well. I'm happy to follow up in more detail if that's an item of concern, but I apologize just for getting familiar with what you're looking for. I understand what that is now. It's not something I have readily available, but that's largely because it's not a consistent number throughout the operation of the system.
Are they coming to our meeting at the
Mm-hmm.
I can ask them there in person rather than How long do you anticipate this solar project to be functioning? 20 years?
Be a minimum of 25 years is the programmatic length of the community solar program we're participating in. And then we have options to extend the lease and operation of the system for 3 additional periods, 5 years at a time. So a total of 40 years potentially. 25 is what we're targeting initially.
And have you made provisions of how to dismantle this at the end of the production life of the facility?
Yes, we have. And Alex, perhaps just because you're in the room, it's a little easier to speak to the decommissioning plan that was presented to the town as part of the permitting process.
Yeah, so there's a decommissioning plan that was set up during the approval, the permitting and then approval of the project in the town of Sterling. So that decommissioning plan and the surety attached to it will cover any event of decommissioning. It'll provide the surety for the town if for some reason the project owner, the company, us, can't do that at the time. But the expectation is once that 25 to 40-year life is up, that the project would commence decommissioning activities and then pull that bond.
And the company is setting up some type of a bond to assure that there's funds there enough to decommission it?
Correct.
Any other questions?
No.
Okay. Well, not seeing any other attendees here today, unless there's anything that the company would like to share. We would like to adjourn this public hearing, time being 11:12 a.m. Thank you, everybody, for your attendance, and look forward to seeing you today at the regular IDA board meeting.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Great questions. Appreciate it.